Chapter 2 My Brother, My Brother. Sher Singh's little brother lay in the hut with acute pain in his stomach. That was getting worse. Sher Singh himself was only about 12 years old, small and cheerful, a child of the jungle. His brother was several years younger. There had been other children, of course, but they were dead, carried off by cholera and influenza. Now there was only Sher Singh and his little brother Kunwar. I will wring out rags in boiling water and lay them on his stomach, said his mother. She did not weep. She had lived through everything over and over again. The steaming rags did not help. After a while, Sher Singh's mother said he must be carried to the hospital at Kalaghat. Then Sher Singh thought that his brother was dying. All the people of the jungle knew that the hospital was the last resort of the doomed. I will run for my father, he cried in desperation. It may be days before you find him, his mother said calmly. Sher Singh's father was famous as Sher Singh Bahadur the Brave throughout the area. He was a great shikari and the title Bahadur was added to his name to commend his courage and bravery. He lived his life in Laldwani village, grazing his animals and cultivating his small piece of land. But whenever an expedition entered into the jungle in search of big game, either to shoot or photograph them, they sent for this man, Bahadur and brave. All along the skull and back and shoulder went a scar where claws had opened his flesh to the bone when he was pulling a comrade away from a tiger. Now he was away in the jungle with a photographic expedition. All the men of Laldwani village too were with the expedition as beaters. In this mud and grass, but upon the floor of trodden earth, upon the low string charpoy, Kunwar lay crying sometimes but mostly glazed and silent. Sher Singh looked at his younger brother and saw that he was in great pain. Sher Singh made up his mind. He would take his brother to the Kalaghat hospital for treatment. Kalaghat was at least 50 miles away, but Sher Singh hoped that if he could get through the jungle and cross the two rivers in between, he might get a lift in a bullock cart or perhaps even a broken down truck for the last part of his journey. Sher Singh walked alone, carrying his brother on his back. He walked through the jungle. Night fell. The sky became purple-black. It blazed with stars. Sher Singh had good eyes. He could still see in the dark. Presently the moon rose. The sight of bare tracks in the dust square front paw and long back one with the shaggy claws made him glance round uneasily. On a cliff above a river bed, Sher Singh knew he could go no further without rest. Sweat was running off his shaking flesh. He set Kunwar down gently against a tree. It was then that he heard the jostle and squeal of elephants. Below him, on the river bed, the elephants travelled. He could see the cows and the babies and one great old tusker. He was playing his trunk to and fro to learn whatever the breeze could tell him, and suddenly he hesitated. The trunk came round towards the boys. Sher Singh chilled with fright. With Kunwar to carry, he could neither climb nor run. The tusker snorted, trumpeted, and shook his head. Suddenly he hurried on angrily up the river bed, and all the herd went with him. Soon they disappeared under the cover of darkness. Sher Singh breathed one more prayer of thanks this time, and got ready to move with Kunwar on his back once again. He scrambled down into the river bed. He stepped into the river. The water was cold and deep. Thank goodness, there was a bridge at the second river. It was flimsy thing made of bamboo poles, stones, thick grass, and river gravel, but it was at least a bridge. He plodded steadily on. Towards midnight, he heard the second river ahead of him. He heard it from far away, a steady roar of flood. When he came out on the shore, he saw it. A big head of snow must have melted yesterday, and here it was. From bank to bank, the river foamed. He looked for the bridge. It was not there. So now, how to cross? There was not a chance to swim. Even alone, he would be lost. Perhaps among the wreckage of the bridge, there was a way. Sher Singh gathered grass and plaited it into a rope. He tied the rope round his brother and himself so they would keep together. Then he entered the water just above the bridge. It was so cold that he could hardly keep his hold. He did not know if his brother lived or died, but he kept the child's head above water and inch by inch moved along. He was deaf, blinded, frozen, and tired, but he went on and on. Then the river seemed to lose power. They were through. After that, Sher Singh did not know what happened. He was walking on and on. There was a road. Then there was a better road. Far away in another world, there came sounds heralding a village. Suddenly, somehow, people. After that, the next he knew they were in a bullock cart, then a truck. Where have you come from, boy? Someone asked softly. Laldwani. You carried him alone across the river in flood. At last they were at the hospital. Sher Singh always felt shy of big buildings. He did not go in. Much later, the doctor came out on the veranda and said, You are the boy who brought the child in from Laldwani. Yes. Then a smile broke all over the doctor's gentle face. Sher Singh Bahadur, he said, Your brother will live.